Hello, New York Yankees fans. We have brand new exclusive videos and the latest news for you. Before we get started, we'd like to invite you to join our channel and give this video a like. It's crucial to get exclusive access to the latest updates. There's a shockwave rolling through the Bronx tonight, and it's one that nobody saw coming. At least, not this soon. Aaron Boone, the man who's been the face of the New York Yankees dugout for years, has officially been fired. Yeah, you heard that right, fired. Reports are flying faster than a Judge home run that Boone got the call earlier this afternoon, right after what insiders are calling a tense meeting with the front office. The Yankees season didn't end the way anyone wanted, missing another deep playoff run, and the patience that once surrounded Boone seems to have completely evaporated. Fans, players, and analysts are all stunned, but maybe, deep down, nobody is truly surprised. There's been growing frustration, whispers of locker room tension, and doubts about Boone's ability to motivate this roster. And now, boom, he's out. It's official, it's messy, and it's sending the baseball world into meltdown. The timing couldn't be more dramatic, coming just as off-season plans were starting to take shape. Yankee Stadium might be quiet tonight, but make no mistake, this is going to echo for weeks. Aaron Boone, the skipper once seen as the savior, just became the latest casualty of New York's relentless baseball machine. What's even crazier is how quickly the narrative has flipped. Not long ago, Boone was being praised for keeping the Yankees competitive despite injuries, roster changes, and endless pressure from fans and media. But in this city, success has an expiration date, and failure gets spotlighted in neon. Sources close to the team say this decision wasn't sudden, it's been brewing for weeks. Apparently, tensions between Boone and general manager Brian Cashman reached a boiling point after the team's final loss. There were disagreements about lineups, bullpen management, and, most importantly, the direction of the franchise. Boone wanted more player freedom and input. The front office wanted discipline and results. When those worlds collided, the outcome was inevitable. What makes this even juicier is that some players reportedly found out about Boone's firing through social media before any official announcement. Imagine that, learning your manager's gone through a tweet. Classic modern baseball drama. The Yankees organization hasn't released a statement yet, but insiders claim an interim coach could be named within 48 hours. The hunt for Boone's replacement has already begun, and you can bet the rumor mill is about to explode. Now, here's where things get really spicy. Some insiders are whispering that this move might have less to do with performance and more to do with personality clashes. Boone's fiery side, his ejections, his savages in the box energy was once part of his charm. But lately, that spark might have burned too hot for the front office to handle. A few sources claim Boone wasn't afraid to challenge upper management decisions, especially regarding analytics. He wanted more instinct, less spreadsheet, more baseball soul, less data. But in 2025, analytics rule the game, and clashing with that philosophy is a fast way to lose favor. Add to that a fan base that's been calling for his head since mid-season, and you've got a perfect storm. Twitter's already on fire with reactions, some fans celebrating, others mourning, and plenty asking the big question: who's next? Some names are already surfacing: Don Mattingly, Joe Girardi, yes again, even Buck Showalter. But nothing's confirmed yet, and the Yankees are staying tight-lipped. One thing's for sure, this isn't just a coaching change. It's the start of a full-blown identity crisis in the Bronx. You could feel it building all year. Every post-game presser, every close loss, every awkward moment between Boone and the media. The tension was practically visible. Boone always tried to stay calm, to play the diplomat, but anyone watching closely could see the cracks forming. When the Yankees went through that brutal stretch mid-season, losing series after series, rumors started swirling that Boone's job was on the line. He brushed it off, saying he wasn't worried about his future, only about getting the guys right. But you could tell he felt the pressure. The fan base was relentless, sports talk shows were tearing him apart, and even players seemed to be losing faith. Once that trust goes, it's over. The Yankees are a franchise built on glory, not excuses, and Boone ran out of both. Still, it's wild to think that the man who once led this team to 100-plus wins is now at the door. That's New York for you. Yesterday's hero, today's headline. And here's the real question burning through everyone's mind tonight. What does this mean for the Yankees' future? Because let's be real, Boone might be gone, but the problems go way deeper. This team's been struggling with identity for years. Are they a power-hitting juggernaut or a balanced squad built for October? Is the front office too old school, or are they too obsessed with analytics? Boone became the scapegoat for all of that confusion. And while it's easy to point fingers at the manager, some fans are starting to turn their frustration toward Cashman himself. The GM's been there forever, and yet, no World Series titles since 2009. That's an eternity for Yankee standards. The pressure's only going to intensify now. Every move this offseason, every trade, every signing will be dissected under a microscope. The Yankees can't afford to miss again. Boone's firing might just be the first domino in a much bigger shakeup that could change this franchise completely. And make no mistake, this story is far from over. The players are going to have reactions. The media is going to spin this in every possible direction. And Boone himself? He's not the type to stay quiet. You can bet we'll hear his side soon, maybe in a heartfelt press conference or a pointed interview. He's got supporters in that locker room, guys who respected him, who loved playing for him, and they won't take this lightly. Some might even consider asking for trades if they feel the organization handled this wrong. That's how deep this could go. Meanwhile, fans are flooding social media with tributes, memes, and debates about who should take the reins next. Yankee Nation is divided right down the middle, half relieved, half heartbroken. But one thing everyone agrees on, this is the end of an era. Aaron Boone's chapter with the Yankees is closed, but the story it leaves behind might shape the next decade of Bronx baseball. If you thought the initial shock of Aaron Boone's firing was wild, wait until you hear what's bubbling beneath the surface now. New reports suggest that this wasn't just a performance-based firing. It might have been personal. Sources close to the team claim Boone's relationship with key figures in the front office had completely deteriorated. Apparently, there were heated arguments during end-of-season meetings, especially regarding the team's hitting philosophy and pitching management. Boone reportedly wanted to bring back a more aggressive approach, while Cashman and the analytics department pushed for data-driven patience at the plate. It's the eternal baseball debate, gut versus numbers, and in this case, the numbers won. But here's the twist. Some players actually sided with Boone. Veterans in particular felt his style kept them motivated, grounded, and emotionally connected to the game. Losing him might fracture that clubhouse unity, even if management insists it's the right move. And if you listen closely, you can almost hear the whispers. Boone might not stay unemployed for long. Other teams are already circling. There's already speculation that Boone could be eyeing a fresh start elsewhere. The Chicago White Sox, the San Diego Padres, even the Cardinals are being thrown around as potential landing spots. He's got the charisma, the leadership, and the experience to walk into any clubhouse and command respect immediately. Plus, let's not forget, he's still young in managerial terms. This isn't the end of Aaron Boone. It's just the end of his Bronx chapter. What's interesting is how this might reflect on the Yankees' reputation as an organization. Over the years, they've built a pattern of hiring and firing managers under enormous pressure, and it's starting to look like no one can truly survive the New York spotlight for long. The city demands instant results, and when they don't come, heads roll. But here's the kicker. Even with Boone gone, the issues that plague the Yankees this season, lack of consistency, poor situational hitting, injuries, are still there. Removing Boone doesn't erase those. It might even expose how deep the dysfunction really runs inside this team. The baseball world is buzzing with reactions tonight. Analysts are split right down the middle. Some say Boone had it coming. That 5 seasons without a World Series appearance is unacceptable for a team of this caliber. Others argue he was dealt a bad hand. Injuries, inconsistent rosters, and unrealistic expectations from the fan base. Social media has turned into a war zone of opinions, with hashtags like #BooneOut and #ThankYouBoone trending simultaneously. Even former players have weighed in, with a few hinting that Boone was sabotaged by a front office that micromanaged every decision. One anonymous player was quoted saying, You can't manage freely when every move you make is second-guessed by analytics guys in suits. That's a brutal take, but maybe not far from the truth. The Yankees have become the ultimate paradox, a franchise obsessed with winning, yet paralyzed by their own fear of failure. Boone's exit might just be the symptom of something much bigger, an identity crisis at the very heart of Yankee baseball. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Behind closed doors, though, it sounds like the organization's already scrambling to rewrite the narrative. There's talk of a major press conference scheduled for later this week, where Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner will address the firing. Expect a polished explanation, something about new direction, accountability, and fresh leadership. But make no mistake, this isn't about fancy words. It's about results. The Yankees fan base doesn't care about press releases. They care about championships. They've been sold the same promises for over a decade now, and patience has officially run out. Every move from here on out will be scrutinized like never before. If the next manager doesn't deliver fast, the boos at Yankee Stadium will be deafening. That's the reality of managing in New York. It's not just a job, it's a constant trial by fire. And right now, the flames are hotter than ever. Boone's departure has turned up the heat on everyone left in that front office. You can already sense the ripple effect spreading across the league. Rival teams are watching closely, waiting to see how the Yankees handle this chaos. If they stumble during the transition, it could shake up free agency entirely. Top players might hesitate to sign with a team in turmoil, especially if they sense instability in leadership. On the flip side, this could light a fire under the organization to make a big splash. Maybe a blockbuster signing or trade to calm the storm. Imagine if they go all in on someone like Juan Soto or Shohei Ohtani just to change the narrative. That's how desperate and dramatic New York can be. But none of that changes the core truth. Boone's firing has exposed the Yankees' soul, and it's messy. What used to be the model of baseball excellence is now a soap opera with 9 innings. And fans, love them or hate them, are going to tune into every second of it. And so, the Boone era ends not with a parade, but with a firestorm. It's poetic in a way. The man who once symbolized resilience and optimism for the Yankees now becomes a cautionary tale about the price of managing under the harshest lights in sports. He'll move on. He's too talented, too charismatic not to, but the Yankees? They're left searching, rebuilding, and rebranding yet again. This story will dominate headlines for weeks, maybe months, as the baseball world waits to see who steps into that pressure cooker next. Will it be an old-school veteran to steady the ship or a bold new voice to redefine Yankee culture? Nobody knows yet. But one thing's certain. The Bronx doesn't do quiet transitions. It does drama, passion, and headlines. And tonight, Aaron Boone's firing just gave them the biggest one of the year. The Yankees will play on, the fans will rage, and the legend of Boone, love him or hate him, will linger over Yankee Stadium for a long, long time. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.